So I'm in Puglia in the south of Italy, and on my balcony in this little apartment I've rented just for a couple of days. I'm here kind of on my own. My daughter is with friends, just kind of, I don't know, probably about 40 miles away. And I fly back tomorrow, and she will come back with them on Monday. Oh, it's Friday tomorrow. So she's with them for like 6 nights on her own, and I join them for the first night, and then I have had a few days on my own. And it's time on my own that I didn't know I needed. Being on your own, anywhere, but certainly in a foreign country, can bring up a lot of stuff. The ways that you feel vulnerable, the ways that you feel confident. It's really forced me to engage with, once again, to engage with what it is that I want. Where do I want to eat? What do I want to do today? So often I'm in a dynamic where I'll put the other person's needs first. Child, friend, partner, mother. It's rare that I really centre my own needs. So it's been a little reconnection to that. And that felt, and in that in the challenge of it and in the reconnection, there was definitely a bit of wounding, a part of me that felt unsafe centering my own needs. And so anything we struggle with will often have a root cause of a smaller, younger self that didn't feel safe expressing that quality, be that expressing your own needs, your desires, be it using your voice, be it whatever it might be, something that you struggle with as an adult. There will be a little root back, perhaps direct or perhaps windy route back to a smaller part of self. And so yesterday morning and the night before, anytime I felt that come up, I really tried and sometimes succeeded to just soften into the discomfort, to notice the discomfort. And this is where the mindfulness comes in. I notice I'm feeling really vulnerable. I notice I'm feeling really tender. I notice I'm feeling really anxious. Like, what is that? I'm being curious about it, because anyone could say, okay, you're alone in a foreign country, it's natural to be anxious. To a degree, that's true. But I also know I thrive on my own, and there's like lots that I was excited about. So what really was the anxiety? So I was able to inquire into that. Using mindfulness practices, using just the power of compassionate inquiry. What is going on for me right now in this moment of challenge, this moment of some sort of suffering, any sort of suffering, asking what is going on for me, and what is it that I need most, what is it that I want most, how can I best hold myself, how can I best parent myself. Often with things that we struggle with, there's an element of ways that we didn't get what we need as children, and so we need that parenting now. So that's certainly it is the challenge, and I'm just reflecting that I literally handed over the parenting of my child to somebody else, to another family. She's staying with friends, she's having a great time, and being in parent mode is something that I really enjoy. It has its challenges, of course, and I was so deeply in parent mode, especially taking her to another country. There's a lot of responsibility, and preparing her to be with this other family for a week. I was in kind of hyper-vigilant parent mode, I think, and so to then have that cut off where she left, and I was sad even just to say goodbye to her, and then to be invited to parent myself, to notice and attend to my needs as devotedly as I do hers. That really asks some things of me. Yeah. And none of this is like, none of this is certainly any sort of how-to. I'm sharing my experience and ways that I meet my own experience, hold it, process it. But it's really not linear. It's not some sort of straight line like, oh, okay, now I've done that, now I've fixed that part of me. As I often talk about, it's a spiral, like that part of me got to come up and be held. And what a beautiful place in which to hold the young part of me who felt scared to express her needs, scared to express what she wants, and hold that, heal it a little. And I know she'll surface again. I know she wants more holding, more healing. But it was a really beautiful go around the spiral for me and all the parts of me. And then now I'm in a different town. I got the train, and it just all like started to fall into place. Spent today. I did a morning yoga session on the beach, and then spent the day. Well, the morning certainly at the sea. Sat on some rocks, reading and being by the waves, and just following my own inner callings all day, and which is like such a gift. And I'm glad that I had the capacity to meet it. I really am. I don't take it lightly that I was even able to access my own wants and needs as well as I was today. Nor do I take it lightly that I've got this opportunity to be here. I didn't exactly choose this trip. It's really been about facilitating her holiday, but here I am in a beautiful apartment. So you can't really see it, but it's really lovely space, overlooking a square in Monopoly in Puglia. Yeah, so that's a little check-in of sorts, and an invitation for whenever you feel a struggle, vulnerability, anxiety. Like if you can just find ways to open yourself to your own experience. If you have spaces in which you can be heard, you can express that experience. And I did this as well as part of my process. Was, WhatsApp friends, leave a voice note or whatever it might be to express like, I'm feeling this. I don't need fixing, I don't need advice, I just need to name what I'm feeling. Or maybe you need advice. You can ask for what you need, but usually one of the most powerful things is to acknowledge our own experience, to meet it with compassion and to be witnessed in doing so. So powerful. Because in being witnessed, we really acknowledge the experience on a deep level. As a more, I don't know what the word is, but to be witnessed just kind of intensifies the acknowledgement. It really, there's no doubting the acknowledgement, especially if you ask to be witnessed. I feel like this. Can you hear me? Can you acknowledge my experience that I am meeting, and really taking responsibility for it myself, and just asking the other to witness, not to come and rescue, not to fix, but simply to hear us and hold us, and being heard and held energetically, emotionally. That's a huge part of the healing, and often it's enough. And then of course there's some release in the body, some swimming, dancing, singing, drawing, whatever it might be, to help move the energy, move the old, release what no longer serves, and make space for new. So that's been my adventure the last few days. I will share more soon.